Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. My name is Mike Thompson, and if you're here, say hello. Let me know you're in here. Hello. Let me know if the music is not too loud or you can hear it. What's up, ML Creative? Let me know if the audio on my voice sounds okay. I just uploaded or updated all of my OBS and NVIDIA stuff again. It's crazy how that works out. Every time I'm going to stream, there's like a NVIDIA update. Hello, hello. All right, cool. So looks like you guys can hear me. I am going to awesome, sounds good. What is up? What is up? So I'll start off the stream by just kind of letting you know that my anti-venom is out now. If you popped in a little early, you saw the screen, and that's what that is from, my Gumroad for anti-venom. It's like 40 hours of video that has been condensed into nice bite-sized packages with music and narration. If you bought it already, this is kind of heroic music. I don't want that. If you bought it already, thank you so much. And if you pre-ordered, you will be getting those extras that I told you about. So that's that. ML says the music a little loud. All right. All right, let me know if that's better. What's up, Johnny Quest? Nice. Thank you, thank you. All right. So, yeah, so what you see on the screen now is what's going to be Cyclops. I have never sculpted Cyclops, so this should be interesting. Ooh, first off, I noticed my stylus is gone, so let me get that. Find my stylus. Speaking of stylus, you guys, if you haven't already, hop onto YouTube and give a subscribe to Stylus League. That's where me and a couple of my good buddies, Bradley and Danny, do a thing on Friday nights where we get together and kind of chop it up and work on projects. If you saw the promo image, oh, thank you. If you saw the promo image of my Lion-O, that was created in the Stylus League videos. So, all right, enough plugging. Let's get to the work. All right, so what you see on the screen here is this began as a base mesh in the shelf. I think it is, it's the same one I use for my anti-venom. What is it? It is, what's his name? The dude. It's the dude, you guys. Oh, Nick's Human Male is what this started off as, right? So I took that and kind of sculpted over it and worked on some anatomy. I did all that for the anti-venom video, by the way, so that's all in there. And then you see a ruler in the background. That's just so that I don't have, like I always have this thing where I'll sculpt on a project and I'm gonna print it, but it's either tiny or it's huge. So that's the thing. How old are you, Mike? How dare you? Don't be coming in here with that, ha, son. All right, okay. So let's, all right, let's take this guy. You see I have my Cyclops ref here on my pure ref board. Went in and found some comic images. I found some kind of things that people did on Sideshow, some stuff that people did in ArtStation. And I think I'm gonna go with like the classic Jim Lee suit. Maybe not so many buckles. Never understood the need for all those buckles. But something like this, right? And I want to get him in a cool dynamic pose. So enough talking, let's do the thing. Old enough to know stuff. That's right, baby. Better know it. All right, so let's first, because I kind of have the anatomy figured out on this guy, I'm going to get right into the pose. You see I have poly groups for him, right? So it's probably going to start off kind of ugly, but we'll get it there. You know what I'm saying. Wait. How do I want to do this? I'm going to have this thing really dynamically posed. So I might do the thing, since my dynamics, what is it, not dynamic subdivision, my, I can never get, I've been using ZBrush for years, you guys. I can never get, what's it called? Posable symmetry to work. Never, ever. So instead of even trying, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop these limbs and get this guy into like a crazy dynamic pose and then kind of put him back together again, like Humpty Dumpty. So I'm going to step up here. Why is that on there? Get out of here. There you go. So let's duplicate this. And I'm going to hide the other thing, delete the lower subdivision levels, and I'm going to start chopping this up. Kind of pose. I kind of want them in a running pose, so maybe I can do, let's do this. Start off by splitting the object. Let's see, split hidden. All right, close holes. Do the same thing for his upper body. Pull these arms off. Make sure I have everything. All right, so that's good enough for this, right? Split hidden, close holes. I'll come back over to the torso, close the holes on this. And I'm really gonna tweak his body, but I think I am okay this way. Let's see. What did I miss? Love the stream. Thank you, thank you. What is that feature you're pressing to grow the arms? It is grow, actually, and that should be in your, I think it's under geometry. I added it to my UI. Polygroups. Polygroup. Anybody knows what that is, just let me know, because I did that so long ago I can't. Maybe visibility? Yes. All right, so if you go under visibility, there's a grow and there's a shrink, right? So if you have a polygroup visible, like this, and you want to have more of it visible, you can grow. I'll do it over here. Grow it out. And the good thing about this is if you have a clean edge loop, which is probably going to be hard to do here, but if I have a clean loop, easier when I have lower sub D levels here. But imagine this is just a clean loop here, and then when I grow it, it'll grow it out nice and clean, right? One loop at a time. So, pretty cool feature. All right, so these guys already have their own poly groups. I'm gonna split the legs here to separate, turn off symmetry. All right, split hidden. Okay. And now I can hide everything but hide everything but this, and maybe this cap here, and I can group these. All right, like so. I made it a poly group that's almost the same color as the other one. Group it again. There you go. The same thing for the other leg. In fact, what I can do is I can delete the other leg and just mirror this well bit. This one. Yes. Over here, mirror weld. Now I can split. Split the one I don't want. Same thing with the arms. I think those are good to go. I'll just split one of these off. Hidden. All right, bet. So now I can turn everything back on. Start to pose this dude. Nice. Control-Shift-X visibility. Ken, what's up? All right, so I want this pose to be like really out there. So I'm going to start by selecting the leg here. It's one of those things where I have to mess around with it for a while, but we'll get something cool. Up. Out. Don't worry about the fact that I'm going to have giant gaps in him now. I really don't care. And in fact, I think I'm going to split off this lower part of the leg because I want to really bend that extremely too, right? So split hidden. Like this. Always the same color. So crazy. All right. Follow this and close holes. They want to bend this one down. Back, rather. Well, this knee is going to get completely jacked up, but who cares? I'll just re-sculpt it later. And I'm going to put in the chat where you can check out my Gumroad. So if you find any of this helpful and you want to pick up the anti-venom, I go through the whole process. I want to, let's see. Now, if any time I want to move everything at once, I can just get my gizmo and let's center it on the body. Symmetry and center it on the body. Okay. Then if I turn on the transpose all subtools, or this thing at the end I call the pizza boxes, right? If I check them all so you see all three, then as long as nothing is hidden, then or I'm sorry, masked. Just doing it. I think I have my touch turned on. Yeah, that's what it was. Get out of here. Now I can rotate this however. Definitely want to twist his upper body, get some twist in there. So let's do this. I'm going to mask the, maybe before I rotate it, let's do this. The mask the legs. Okay. Well, so now everything in the lower body is masked. I'm going to come back to my dude and grab his solo him. Ideally, this would be a lower resolution when I'm posing him, but because I split him and I already have some decent anatomy going on, I figured, what the heck, I can always just sculpt to fix whatever gets kind of wobbly in there. All right, so let's get those caps also. Oh, not this. Mask that. Okay, so the upper body is not masked. Blur the mask a little bit and make everything visible. Nice. Thank you for catching the live stream. Hey, Mike, is this the stream where... lost it. Is this the stream where we can ask you a question? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Ask me whatever you want. Mad respect from Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe in the house. What's up? Did you sculpt the base mesh? Do you have any tutorials on how you sculpt a fine mesh? Well, as a matter of fact, Solid Air, I do. If you go to my Gumroad, you can find what you need. Go through the whole process. All right, so now let's turn off polygroup. And I want to twist his upper body. Now, this is high res, so this is going to get kind of jacked up, but maybe first I'll lean him back. Here. And I never pose at this high res, just so you know. But the hell, I'm going to be sculpting it. Now we can twist. Body. I get jacked up. Body. Give a push. This is why you don't pose in high subject level here. Stuff pinching and all that good stuff, right? So normally, like, this is why I chop the legs, Because if I did this on his lower legs, whole torso would get jacked up. That. And I want this to rotate from the center of his body also. Difference? 1, 2. I just want this thing to be dynamic, and the sculpting part is actually fun, so fixing whatever gets messed up. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Did you sculpt base mesh? I already answered that. No. So I ran a strange little issue. Decimated HP model from ZBrush. Map. Retopologize. Blender create. Empty normal map. I don't know why that would happen, Adam. If anybody in here can answer that, let Adam know. Triggers you so bad. All right, so listen, the other thing too, you know who would know that is my buddy Danny, Point Pusher Williams. So if you guys aren't already, go to Stylist League on YouTube. We'll have we have a show every Friday night. So tomorrow you can ask him in there, and I'm sure he'd be happy to answer you. That's the kind of guy he is. I want to kind of center up on the neck here and then rotate that. I have a feeling I will be, might be all right. I was gonna say, I have a feeling I'll be chopping his head anyway, but maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, turn off the pizza boxes, you guys. Come off. There. That's all right. I'll just resculpt. Hey. Really want his shoulder up, which I'll do later. Want that head tucked down. This is one of those things where seeing it before you do it is kind of hard. It takes some going back and forth to get it. His neck got screwed up. All right, I'm going to do this because I know it's only going to get worse from here. I'm going to split his head from his body. Sang. Hidden. Holes. While I'm here, let's just go in. Wait. muscles are kind of just placeholders. I really just did them because I needed to show the anatomy process for my gumroad. So I did like, you know, good enough anatomy. I think it passes. But I always end up going and sculpting over top of it. And then later on, I took that base mesh and sculpted in like the high frequency details and fixed all the insertion points and compression and stretching and all that good stuff, so that by the end, it looks good. Standard, turn my lazy mouse a little bit. Find that. Fine. Little less offensive from now. Again, early still, don't worry, it looks kind of crappy now, but we'll get it. If I miss any questions in here, it's because I'm like right now in a point where I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do and I need to concentrate, but I don't want you to think I'm not answering questions. So if there's anything that you really want to know and I missed you, please post it in the comments, and either I'll get back to you later or somebody from Pixologic will answer a question if you have a question about the software. Or even better, give us a subscribe over on Stylus League and I can answer it tomorrow. I have my buddy Mr. ML All Night, who will answer or ask the questions rather, and I don't have to look at the screen. I can just answer. Don't worry. Looks ridiculous right now. It's gonna look better. We'll get it. Right now he's like, what is going on with my body? All right, let's grab this head, and now I can really tweak it. I think. Thinking out loud, you guys. All right, let's see what I missed here. Da, 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 da. You know what's going on, friend? Sculpting right now. Sculpting right now. I mean, not sculpting, posing rather. Saw Daniel Bell Cyclops. Ah, damn it. Daniel did a Cyclops. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, well. As a rule, I try not to do what Daniel Bell has done. Kind of, I don't want to look silly, but you know what? Started it now. So. Oh, I got a dope sculpture from Sideshow. Ordered this thing. show it to you guys. Awesome. Is it full screen? That. Oh, look at that. Let's see if I can. Do I have it plugged in? Oh, I don't have it plugged in. Yeah, no, this is blurry. No, sorry. This is the bomb. It's very awesome, this Iron Man. Thought I'd share. I love that, and of course I've got my Daniel Bell, you know. My cat on the floor that's trying to get my attention, and now it's all beard, baby. All beard, all day. That's all you get. And how about that? I didn't forget to change the camera. So take that, internet. I want him to be looking in here, looking up, I think. Ooh, that neck, y'all. Neck is work. got gout or something, you guys. That's what's happening. Don't worry, we'll get it. Oh, that's a frog. There, you see? Out of here. First. Back, let me turn on sculpture. Okay. Really helpful. I like to switch it up. This is not how I normally work, but I figured do a little something different this time. Why not? Workflow that I have in the Gumroad is kind of my regular. Experiment. Close holes on that? I don't think I did close holes. And the reason I want to do that is because now I can like grab just the bottom now. Kind of just, you know, drag it up, make sure it fits in there. So this other arm is going to be up and kind of like doing a up old turn the visor thing. Cyclops loves. Okay, you plan to release a base mesh tutorial. Yeah, no, it's out. It's out right now. Gumroad. Go to Mike T Artworks on Gumroad. It only has Venom sculpt. You plan to release. It's the beginning, Solid Air. I actually start off by taking that base mesh, doing the full anatomy sculpt, and then I use that and turn that into anti-venom. So yeah, it's all one big happy family thing. My friend. Out a little bit. So I kind of started doing this method of chopping off limbs and the whole vivisection thing with Venom, because with that piece, find that Venom. You haven't seen it. This one, oh, here it is. Okay, 36, 38. I think this is it. Open this up real quick. But I had like an extreme pose on him. And I noticed that when I would try to, when I would try to get him in the pose, I got all this, like, I would tear up his pecs and his, like, his back all got destroyed, his butt got all messed up and everything. So I thought it'd be a whole lot easier just to, chop the legs into parts and then do what I'm doing right now for you guys. Same thing for the, the upper body. I could get like a serious twist to it and get the arms kind of the way I want. And then I could have an easier time with the sculpt. So that's why we're going through this really kind of weird, ugly phase right now. But it's so much easier for me to just sculpt in the parts in between and then fix the stretching of the muscles and compression. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So you know that. Yeah, because I'll show you, like right now, this elbow is going to get really kind of stretched, and the arm is going to get messed up. The bicep will get fold in on itself. But this is normally how it would be. Now, if you have, in all fairness, if I was to take this arm, which, no, I'm not going to do it. I was going to say, if I took this arm and lowered the, like Z-remeshed it, so it had a lower topology, you get a lot less of that. Get out of here. Seriously, get out of here. Get out of here. Go on. Cat is like bugging out. She needs all the attention right now. And you see what happened to the elbow, like the elbow's forearm a little bit of a twist. So I'm kind of playing fast and loose with the gizmo here because I don't have details that I really care about keeping. So it's okay if, you know, it gets kind of screwy. Like I can just fix it, the skull. In fact, I'm going to split the hand away and probably tear off one of the fingers, do a good finger, and sorry, and then reproduce it anyway. So let's get a decent angle right now because this whole guy is on some weird stuff. Let's make sure everything is unmasked, which I believe it is. Yeah. This. Whole thing. All sides. Oh no, legs are still masked. And I'll put something that his leg can kind of stick to that will make it so that when I print this, he can stand up. I think this whole part, the leg, and this leg need to, or the lower leg need to come up. So I'm gonna make sure I have holes closed on this one. Close holes, right? Close holes. Yep. Those holes are closed. Push this down. Push down. Yeah. Yeah, they just opened the Adventures Campus at Disneyland. Dope. Also, I am not going to Disneyland probably for another 5 years until the Fallout is done. Disneyland, are you kidding me? Like a petri discs, a petri dish. All right, let's see. Yes. Awesome. Thank you, MJ. Thanks. The kids relax. All right. Off boxes. I want really to feel like he's, I don't know, like it's weird because I don't want him to feel like he's in Swan Lake, but at the same time, I want him to feel like he's really like super stretched out and like leaping over something and trying to blast Magneto or somebody. I don't know. It'll help when I bend his foot too, so let's do that. Yep. And this is going to get stretched out, but it's whatever. Now this is what I was talking about, right? So because these aren't separate items, you see that I stretched here and I got this distortion. The thing that's even worse than that is like if I isolate this and have both sides turned on, both sides, you see that it did this thing where it pinched in and folded. So I don't want that. So So like what I would do now is I can turn off Sculptris Pro and see how well I can get it by kind of getting it back in place. That's a good. The front probably easier. Okay. So now for the heel, if I turn on Sculptris Pro, it'll like really fix it fast. All right, just boom, boom, done. And then all I have to do is just come in with a little bit of clay buildup, and I can fix it all the way. It's minor. This would have been much more difficult before Sculptris Pro. While we are here, let's see, do I wanna, I think I wanna bend. Let's do this. Maybe I wanna bend this up even a bit more. Something like this. Let's see. Trying to look at my own leg as I do this. You guys have anatomy. Use your own anatomy also, because you have it and it's free. One of those ones that I'm going to eventually get there. If you guys know anything about me, you know that I'm not a speed sculptor. I have noticed that I've gotten faster, but it takes me time to get where I need to go. Fortunate thing is I'm not in a hurry. That going. Lionel that you saw is the fastest thing I've done, and I did that only because Danny was smoking me on the Skeletor, so I couldn't look completely bad. We're working on video game themed stuff now, and I must admit I've been a little distracted with other projects, and so Danny is completely smoked at this point. I got a lot of catching up to do. Like what? Bradley, another week or two left to do it before we get our special guest on. Just kind of filling in that knee a little bit. Oops, let's see. What I miss? No Disneyland in South Africa? Well, that just means you are safe for now. Hey Mike, did you do the video about the Z-Book you got mentioned? Yeah, so Dominion, I actually did a review, not a review as much as a endorsement video for HP and NVIDIA, and I'm just waiting for that to come out. The review is going to be separate. I've had mine now for probably, I think, 3 months, and I love it. So, spoiler alert. But yeah, I'll be doing that. I've been doing a lot of stuff. Lately. Let's see. Man, what's up? Indonesia, what's up? What you making? This is gonna be, oh, get my reference on the screen so you guys can see. This is gonna be Cyclops from the X-Men. Better picture. Amazing stuff. Thank you. Where do you get your inspiration? Everywhere, really. ArtStation is amazing. There's always like 1,000 people at any given time who are doing it better than me and like half my age. So it's one of those things where you got to adapt or die. Hey, Mike. Hey. I have to see the end result. What version of ZBook? Because I just want to know upgrade. Yeah, so I have the HP ZBook Create, and it's like the baller edition. It's got everything except for the touchscreen. So the Dream color display. I think 32 gigs of RAM. Giant hard drive. And it's got a NVIDIA 2080 in it, I believe. Yeah, so I have the 2080 in my, or 2080 Ti in my desktop. I saw the 3080s came out today. No, not buying it. Just so you know that. Only because I got to draw a line at some point, you guys. I can't just keep upgrading my graphics card every year. But yeah, that's what I have. Hello, Twitch. Hey, what's going on? Seth from San Francisco. Video. What base mesh did you use? This is Nick's Human Mail. Nick's Human Mail. So, a little bit better. Keep working on this pose. I'm not even going to worry about attaching his legs to his body anytime soon. I got to make sure that I have everything dialed in. So, the other foot, I think, needs to be bent also. easier just to shrink the, I think to shrink the shin is to resculpt the heel. So maybe I'll do that. Really exaggerate the S shape of it, so let's do that too. This is all going to be covered by a boot too, so I'm not going to go too crazy with the anatomy of his lower leg here. I think he has those like high boots, but I can at least have the, you know, the volumes right underneath of them. So that's the least I can do. Full disclosure, never been a fan of Cyclops, never liked him. Always thought he was the Boy Scout. Was always a Wolverine guy, 100% Wolverine. And I thought Cyclops was a bit of a snitch, if I'm being honest, you guys. Thought he was a snitch, and he would probably get a stitch or two if he were dropping dime. I could see him run into Professor X and dropping dime in a second. All right, let's see what I missed. Why did you pose it or pose? Wait, why did you posing it early? Why am I posing it early? Because I wanna, and then I'm gonna sculpt on it. I always break symmetry early in pose. That's kind of what I do. It's my thing. And then I pose on top. That's why. Literally just bought that cover wrap E. Team the building. What's up? Remember the X-Men Rev? It was like 5 covers. I'm like, yes, I own that. Make believe. I own that one. The Jim Lee joint. This one right here. It's a fantastic cover. This was the one where they first started doing that, pulling those shenanigans where they get you to buy the same comic 5 times just to get the alternate covers. On the print, look weird. Wait a minute. Would you Dynamesh them all together on a print? Look weird and clean them up. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use booleans to connect everything, which is, I mean, you know what? At the end of the day, when I'm done with this, I'm going to chop them off anyway and cut and key. Like, that's kind of what I'm doing now for a sideshow project. You know, at least you know everything kind of matches down, marries down, and it's all correct. What's up, Theory? Gambit was the best on the X-Men for me. Gambit was dope. Breaking out of symmetry early, so less cleanup related. No, I just, so with me, I like to get the pose early because it helps me get into the project. You know what I mean? Like, it's very easy to get something in a relaxed pose that looks great, and then when you pose it, for me anyway, this happens all the time, I would pose it, and I'd lose, you know, it would get all messed up and everything, because I'm not going to rig this, right? I'm just going to transpose. I have friends who shall remain nameless, who swear up and down that you need to rig and throw it in like Maya and pose, right? Shout out to Tony Gore and Brad Grotman. But yeah, I actually would rather do everything in ZBrush. And then pose it, like, I don't mind posing things or sculpting things twice, actually, right? Like, I don't mind that, because it when I say that, I mean like out of symmetry, because I think it helps me get better, right? It like helps you get your 10,000 hours faster. Is it the most efficient way to work? Absolutely not. Is it the way that I work? Yeah. Have I done it for clients? Yeah. And because I know that you know how long it does take, I've gotten faster at my method. Yeah, I like to break symmetry as early as possible. Great thing about ZBrush is there's no wrong way to do it. There's a million people doing it a million different ways. If somebody tells you you're doing it wrong, then they need to mind their business, because you can all, you know, kind of arrive at the same destination and take different routes. I want this other arm to be up and like doing one of these, like, hey, you, I'm gonna blast you with my optic blasts right now. Oh, by the way, I just started watching, I never thought I would watch this. I just started watching, what is it, Lois and Clark? The new Superman thing. And man, I've been binging it. I just didn't watch it before. I didn't think that guy looked like Superman. Hashtag not my Superman, Henry Cavill all day. But it's good, man. Like, I actually like it. I don't know why I got on the subject. I like it a lot. So, thought I would throw that out. Always looking for good superhero content. And I think Loki starts next week, right? Something like that. Something new. Something new. I'm going to cancel clear. Nice. Good stuff, B. Thank you. Corden, what is going on? Monty. Link. Anti-venom link? Sure thing. It is gumroad.com/anti-venom. No, it's not. That's not it at all. Disregard that. I don't know what that is. It's gumroad.com/MikeTRworks. That's it. What is, I want the arm to be down on want his head kind of tucked over into his shoulder. So how do I up, over? Me crazy for a while, but we'll get it. We're gonna get there, everyone. Everybody, all just calm down. Up, down. So what's going to really help this is his visor, which 100% should have done that while he was still in symmetry, but I can still do it with the other one. So remember, I made a duplicate. So I will give him a visor so he doesn't look so crazy. Kind of crazy right now, if I'm being honest with you. No, I want to fill out this part. That's why it's good to have those caps there, like close the holes, because I can select them separately from the rest of the body and just go in and kind of do a little cleanup quickly and fill in the gaps. Possible. %, going to lose these hands and make some new ones. In fact, I think maybe what I'll do, I think I have some, let's use, this is where Sculptris Pro comes in handy, right? Because if I try to just smooth out his elbow, it just gets messy. So I'll use Sculptris Pro, and it tessimates there and gives me some decent geometry that I can sculpt on, get it look a little better. Build that elbow back out. Mess, you guys. Let's clean this up. 5 biceps all poking through. So because these are their own poly group, I can mask out parts and clean up. Maybe I'll do it with Sculptor's Pro. I'm gonna resculpt all that anyway. It's good because I can get it really clean. Flip the mask and smooth out. Hopefully I didn't make a hole. Good, I didn't. All right. So yeah, better. Then I can just sculpt it and fix the parts I want. So now once it starts to get the way that, you know, into a pose that I like, what I can do is re-topo down lower, and I can, and then I can really get in there and do a better job. I can project details for the higher sub-D levels and then sculpt in the detail the way I want it to be. All right, link show no page found. Do it this way. I'll just go to this thing. Oh, you know what? Here, let me show you a little sizzle joint real quick. Tell me if you can hear this. And it's actually out, the pre-order thing. Escape. Move this over here. All right, so for some reason, what Gumroad has been doing is it puts a hashtag on the end of the thing when you put my name in. So it'll say page not found. If you just delete the hashtag, it fixes it for you. So, link, share. So here's a direct link to the tutorial. Okay.
This is my first sculpt ever. I did it in 2013 This is a Halloween scene that I did for a competition in 2014. Here's another competition piece that I did for Christmas of 2014. This one I believe was in 2015.
I'll put that, come over here, turn the music down because I think it's loud now. Turn that down. Are you drawing yourself? No. No. That would be... Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that. I just turned up the music. Let's turn that down. Come over here. What I miss? Felt a tremor in the forest. Knew it was what was going on. Nice. Yeah, no, it was crazy. So Superman and Lois, when they gave him the original suit with the black emblem, I was like, oh, sold. And it's funny because that guy does not look like my first choice for Superman. But the show is surprising. Like, I'm surprised by it. That's just me, right? The CW has let me down a whole bunch of times. I'm not even going to talk about Flash, but I like what I'm seeing. And I think online it's been getting some pretty good reviews. Now you got to be careful with this. Like if I'm going to use Sculptris Pro, or even like if I'm back up, I can't use Sculptris Pro for thin areas, so I'm turning on backface mask. Right? Then I can kind of mask this part, pull it out. Keep going. So now I can turn back on the Sculptris Pro. Open. Resculpt the back, fix the areas that got messed up. As long as it's in the ballpark, we're golden. Doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah. Other one, let's give him something that he's attached to, because right now it looks crazy. Want to Pessimating a little bit, get some more geometry there that I can actually sculpt. Then I can do my thing. Off. So thirsty right now. Very wants that attention right this second. All right, so the thing about this, it's always going to look terrible until it doesn't, so don't worry about the fact that he looks real crazy right now. Yeah. Odd. But look at him. Placement. All right, I'm gonna give him some goggles because right now it just looks like some dude jumping through the air, really awkward pose. Needs those goggles right now, more than ever. We need you now, goggles, more than ever. Skip. So you guys know, I usually end up dialing in the pose for a while. I rarely get it like right out of the box. So it looks like who did it and why. That's why. Eventually I get there. Their hands are getting on my nerves. Mike just asking, is there any slightest possibility that Stylus Leak will change the stream schedule? What you looking at, Corden? Different day? Like right now it's crazy because it's works out well for us because it's the end of the week. We're kind of blowing off steam, and Fridays for us is pretty good. But you never know. I'm never gonna say never. But I'm just speaking as 1/3 of the Stylus League, so I will take it back to the crew. Did you watch 90s X-Men cartoons? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Elvis. Did you watch Invincible? Oh, man, yeah, 100%. Invincible was dope. How long does it take you to bring this sculpt to this level? Well, this level's not so good, but the anatomy... I actually recorded that whole thing for Anti-Venom, and I want to say that took me, I don't know, like I did that pretty quickly, maybe 3 hours or so. Fairly quickly. Quickly from me. I like your work. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yo! We can't hear you, no voice. Really? Wait a minute, you guys can't hear me? Check, check, check. Can't hear you, no voice. Wait, can you guys hear me right now? Let me know. Anyone? Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. All right. Don't be scaring me like that, man. What you guys do? Why would you do that? That's not funny. Miss. Post looks good so far. Oh, thank you. Who agrees with me? ZBrush UI sucks. How dare you, D Vemshi? The thing about the UI for ZBrush is you can completely customize it. Unless you're talking about my UI. In that case, I would say get out of here. I love my UI. Hello. Theory, what's up, man? Hey, is there a way to get Ryan Kingsland's male anatomy mesh? Is only a female one. Sign on hold. I don't know. I can ask Ryan. I'm not sure. Wish I had a booty like that. Don't we all? May I ask if you can build a graphic novel from scratch using ZBrush? Yeah, you know what? I saw when I first started learning ZBrush, there was a dude who did that. He took his models, and in fact, you know what? I have a friend named Bobby who's kind of doing that. He applies these. That sounds really bad. He applies a filter to his guys after he sculpts them, and poses them and has them in a and then he makes him look very much like a comic book. So I'm gonna say absolutely 100% good comic book. I mean, I've seen people doing it from things like Poser and Daz, so 100%. Right now, it's feeling a little more like Green Lantern than Cyclops, but it's okay. What I say I was going to do, I was going to make him some goggles. Let's do that. And there's a very good, like, really good chance I'm going to just swap this head out completely because I do want to sculpt the head in symmetry. So let's go back. I haven't saved one, so let's save maybe. That'd be a good idea. Solo here. Here's our dude. Let's get the goggles. Ref. 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 What? I saw some cool goggles. This dude did some like ArtStation concept art. Some of these are cool. Maybe I'll just go with the classic. Let's do that. Oh, actually, wait. Let's do this. I'm gonna clone him. Clone. Only thing I want for this guy is his head. Off with his head. Need none of that mouth bag and none of that either. I'll take it. Delete. Hidden. Oh, it's got subdivision levels. That's okay. Step down. There you go. Delete hidden and close holes. Close hole. Oh, I didn't delete hidden. Delete. Fire. There you go. Excellent. Maybe we can even sculpt the head a little bit while I'm here. Like James Marsden or something. I don't want him to look like that kid. I did not like the kid from the latest X-Men. Sorry. So this is how I normally work, like super low until I need to subdivide. Everything before this was a lie. All that stuff you saw for the past 2 hours. Great big ruse, you guys. get this mask figured out. All right, unify this thing because it's in some weird place and I don't know where the head is now. So, do deformation, unify. His head. Solo is turned off. Solo is off. The head. Way up there. I think on the original. Hey, is there a simple way to rough in figures and toes and feet? Fingers? Wait, fingers and toes and feet? Yeah, we're gonna be doing that if I have time. It's 2:45, I'm on for another hour. Yeah, I'll get some fingers for you. The structure is giving me trouble. Yeah, okay. So I won't be doing feet this go around, but I will be doing some fingers. Clear you up, hear you on YouTube. Yeah, man. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. That guy should turn on headphones. I do have headphones turned on. DJ. Super Sensei, what's up on the ThunderCat? Thank you, Titan. Hey man, have you made J. Scott Campbell's Black Cat? No. J. Scott Campbell's like draws some really good looking women, so that's a good call. Wait, sometimes ZRemesher doesn't ZRemesh correctly. How do I fix that? I need more information, Monty. Please ask Ryan. Okay. Please ask Ryan. Thanks. How do I separate my polygroups into subtools? Oh, alright. I'll show you. So if you, let's go back to the head here. Right, let's say that this, I think there's a mouth bag in here that I don't need. His mouth open? Maybe I'll have his mouth open, so maybe I'll keep the mouth bag. But let's say, right, on this, if I wanted to, I'm going to duplicate this head, so I'll screw up what I have. So you just isolate the poly group, like so, and then you hit split hidden, which I think is under, is it under visibility? No. Polygroups. No, it's probably under split. Why wouldn't it be under split? It's probably under split. See, this is why having your UI laid out is a double-edged sword. It's in here somewhere. Somebody let me know. I don't know where it is. It's in here somewhere. But you would just hit split hidden, right? Now if I go back to my subtool and I look, the jaw is separate from the head. Pretty easy. It's somewhere in the thing, you guys. Here, back to here. Okay. Start figuring out the thing. Visor is what it's called. Let's figure out the visor. Do this. Actually, wait a minute. Do this. Kind of figuring out the shape of this thing with ZRemesher, ZModeler rather. Delete the parts I don't want. Everything that's not there now, hidden. And slide these over a little bit. I want to just even out this topology before I give it some thickness. So slide edge look complete. Kind of even this out a little bit. Okay, so that's all right. So if you go to my ArtStation and check out the Thanos that I have, everything for me is Mike T Artworks, by the way. So my ArtStation is just ArtStation youtube.com/MikeTArtworks. But if you check out my Thanos, I did all of the hard surface stuff for him with ZMob. I always work the same way. Let's give this a little thickness. Oops, to hold this a little bit. Trying to round it out a little bit. Okay, and then when I get it close, what I can do is I can delete the center one and redraw that. So let's get that close to being as possible. If you guys like what you see and you want to see more, tune in tomorrow to Stylus League on YouTube. It's youtube.com/Stylus League. And Danny and Bradley and I will be working. You can see more of our process. If you have any questions about stuff that I don't do that Danny might, like animation or video game industry, definitely tune in and he'll answer your questions. Bradley chimes in with really good tips too. .com/Stylus League. So once that gets kind of where I want it, then I'm going to delete this center line. Let's see, let's delete that. Use Boolean to get that part kind of in the middle there. Let's edge. Okay. All right, then I want some caps on the end. So let's do those with maybe I'll make these a I'm gonna append a sphere. Come on now. Ah. You just want to grab the head. All I want to do is center it. There you go. Hey, Marcat. Just in time, 6 a.m. for me when you guys stream. Maybe be lazy, work, Cool, Corden. Marcat says hi. You don't have to do it's just me. One guy would be so much better for me. Right? You don't have to do that. It's just me. One guy. But it would be so much better, though. I don't know what you mean. Cheers from Mexico. Yo, had some of the best food ever when I was in Mexico last time. Very good food. Just saying. That's all. Rotate. So. I think what I want to do is get rid of these end pieces because that's going on there. So I'll get rid of these holding lines and re-add them. And I do this quite a bit, so what's going to happen here is I will kind of get this where I want it, and then I'll just re-extrude it. You measure. That. Delete hidden. Now I can extrude it. No. That's what I want. That. Now maybe what I'll do is instead of doing it the way I did before, I'll give it another kind of level of extrusion. Now I can make a bevel here. Just go in. I want to see what this bevel looks like actually. Get the crease. Turn the crease, edge loop complete. Let's turn it down to like 2. Crease. Hammock. There you go. That's more like it. Okay. Oh, no wonder. I don't have symmetry turned on. All right, so let's mirror and mirror well. Now turn on symmetry. On the first. All right, so the design of this thing is going to change over time. Let's get these things so they don't look like big balls on his ears. Actually, let's figure this out. So I will divide this in half with my slice curve. Okay, mirror, mirror, and weld. Now I'm gonna Z remesh and see if I can get some lower topo that I can mess with a little bit here. Geo, Z remesh, half. And I go through all of this in great depth in that Gumroad, you guys. So if there's anything that I'm doing that you're like, why did he do that? Or he did that fast, what did he do? Look at the Gumroad. It's all there. There you go. All right, so let's get that. Maybe one more time. It's okay. Let's see. It's okay. All right, so now I really only need the outside. So let's grab that. Delete the inside. Delete hidden. And let's see what we're looking at here. So I'm going to cheat this. Nobody ever has to know. Don't tell anybody, you guys. You tell anybody, I'm telling you. You're just like that kid from, you're just like Cyclops. You're a snitch. That's all I'm saying. Don't drop dime on me. I'm going to move these ears in because they're in my way. Nobody's ever going to see them anyway. Boom. Cheated. Sometimes you have to have the cheat codes. Turn off Sculptures Pro. Thickness now, just like before. That. And let's do this. I'm going to insert some loops. That, like that. Polymesh this inside. Polymesh. Polygroup, sorry. Polygroup. Polyloop. Polygroup. There you go, polyloop. Okay. Then I can extrude. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, I don't like that so much. But maybe what I'll do is I will insert polyloop this, polygroup rather, this, then extrude. Slide that inside loop over a little bit. More loops. There and there. Dynamic. All right, so that's cool. Now, I do want it to look like he has a little dial thing that he kind of dials to make it blast. So I can do that too. Here, same technique. I'm going to bevel these edges so it looks a little nicer. And then do some creasing. There you go. All right, let's figure out the visor thingy. Won't be too technical on you, but I have to use the proper terms. The visor thingy. Now delete it. All right, for this, I want just a straight piece to knock through here. So let's say, how do I want to do this? I'm just going to duplicate this. First, I'm going to save this. I don't want to lose it. Save as. visor. Duplicate. Don't need anything but the outer edge here, so I can delete hidden. I want this to wanna polish by features. There you go. Stuff I don't need. Hidden. Thickness. Both sides. Make it a quick boolean and see what it looks like. Add some holding lines. Here and here. You know what, maybe not the ends, because I want this to be a little rounded. That's okay. These out a little bit. All right, turn on dynamic and let's make this a negative boolean. Probably too deep. Turn on boolean. All right, so that's super deep, more than is needed. So let's go back, adjust it. So I really only want that front face, so I'm going to shrink again. Now I got just the green. I will delete hidden. And now I can extrude it back a bit until it reaches the visor. Let's go to here. Extrude. Just do a little bit right now. I'm going to have to add those holding lines again. Come on. All right. And also I don't want it to go back as far as it's going, so I can fix that too. delete hidden. Hidden. Auto group. All right, I'm gonna do it this way, from the inside. Now I'll do it one more time. I have it a little rounded here. Drag that back. Now I can put in my holding lines and everything should be good. Here, here. So now if I wanted to get kind of cool with it, I can add a, I want to have a bevel, which I can actually fix here. I'm thinking out loud, you guys. Here, delete this. Delete this first. Poly group, poly loop. Okay. Now I can delete this. Oh, it's out too far. Okay. Insert one here. Insert one here. Delete this. Apply this back. Applied. Edge look complete. There you go. Now I can do it. Oh, don't crash. Good. Okay. Wacom's not working. What's that all about? My Wacom stylus just stopped working. Crease. Add some creases. Crease. 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 Dynamic. All right. It's not following the edge the way I want it because I moved it after the fact. I think. I don't know. All right. So I can work on that later. Don't waste any more time. And for whatever reason, my Wacom just stopped working. This is crazy. It's RBS. Says, hold on, guys, 1 second. Wacom. Start. See if this works. See, I missed a bunch of questions. Let's see. Not working on Arthur today. No, I'm gonna work on that tomorrow. I'll be working on that tomorrow. This. Do I have it back? Yes. All right. Any idea when you're going to be free for some one-on-one mentoring again? Hit me in Instagram, Gibfist. Hit me on the, what do you call it? The DM. Insane Pigma. Hey, did you see the new ZBrush feature just released? I haven't paid attention yet. Ask me about it tomorrow, Insane. Hello, Mike and chat. What's the salt button for Z model to learn how to use it? Yeah, so that's dynamic subdivisions. So you can set how many you want, turn it on and turn it off, and that's what gives you the that look. Hey, I'm fine. How are you? Thank you. Boolean. Yeah. All right. So this is not terrible. We can use this for now and go back to our other dude. I'm going to keep this head and continue to work on this probably for the rest of the thing. And I'll go back to the pose frame, back to the pose on this guy. So the pose, you know, it needs work, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, it needs some work. But we'll get it. We'll get it. Always do. Funny, I can't not address some of these things that like jumped out at me. This is why it's good to step away from your work and then come back to it, because you see a whole bunch of problems. And like it has to grab it before it moves it. I don't know what that's all about. It's weird. I've had that problem before. All right, so he's gonna kind of be like this body, kind of, right? And then this head. That's weird. All right, there you go. So this head, imagine this head on that body. His lasers out of his eyes. So this is good for me. I kind of played around with the idea once before. I was talking to Danny and Bradley about doing like sculpting things that I don't like. And I'm not a giant fan. Like of all the X-Men, Cyclops has never been the one that I really dig. But it's good practice, because what it does is it allows me to, like if I can do a good job on something that I'm not motivated on, then what is it? Tablet is acting really funny right now. Maybe I should save. This is probably the universe trying to tell me to save my stuff. Yes. I'm gonna restart ZBrush. Got about a half an hour left, you guys. I'm going to set this, save as, and I can probably, you know what? I can probably Z-remesh that too. Yeah, save. Let's restart. Close this. That. Let's redo it. Hey, thanks, Kelvin. Appreciate it, man. Body, tool, body. I did say I was going to do this thing with the fingers, so maybe I'll do that first. Then like the Boy Scout thing for this. Other hand is just going to be like. It in close holes. On. All right, so for this hand, because it's not going to be a whole lot of reposing that goes into this. It's kind of just like one of these stop hands. You know what I mean? I'm just going to Z-remesh this and then just actually pose it. The other hand, I'm going to chop the fingers off. Do my thing. Want it. So let's get this head. Let's get on my fingers here. So much better without the head. Oh my gosh. All right. Done. He's done right now. Calling this one quits. Top 3 X-Men characters. Wolverine, because of course. Storm. Colossus. Those 3. Oh, wait. Sorry. Bishop, Wolverine. Storm. That's my top 3. Looks like the guy from Prometheus. Yeah, 100%. Robble. If you're talking about it, then you hit 3. So it's serious with his. It's okay that they're kind of janky right now. All that's going to get sculpted. So just so you know, let's see. So when this is done, it's going to have this level of detail. So I'll go in, and obviously he's not going to have scary looking fingers, but this is the process. And this is kind of what I went through on the Gumroad. Again, not to keep plugging this, but people ask me all the time, hey Mike, how do you do your anatomy? Do you have a video for this thing? The answer is 100% yes, I have it. And it's on Gumroad now, and I put about 80 hours worth of work into just creating and editing and all that stuff. So, yo, what's up? Love you too, man. Insane pixel animated is still better than any of the movies. Yeah, 100%. Not even a question, man. Why are we even talking about that? Of course it is. Back to so, yeah, so that video for, yeah, the tutorial for my Gumroad starts off with this geometry, right? This exact geometry. So it looks real soft, and then by the time it's done, it looks like the anti-venom finishes. Don't mind me just looking at my fingers. So as I roll down to, I think I have about a good 15-20 minutes left here. Again, if you enjoy what you're seeing and you want more, tune in tomorrow night, every Friday night, East Coast. Obviously, if you're on the West Coast, a little earlier. Central, I don't even know how time works in the Central and Mountain, but yeah, every night, 10 p.m. or sorry, 9 p.m. Eastern. Bradley, Danny, and I have the Stylist League live stream. Book up some good stuff for you guys, answer questions, and talk about just stuff that happened during the week. It's very much like when you're, you know, in a work setting and you kind of get to hang out with your friends and sculpt stuff. You know, that's what this is. We ask people to come in and check us out and work while you're in there. You know, work on your project. Tell us what you're working on, and just all love it. I start from this base mesh. I don't love this base mesh. I don't know why I start from this one. Not to talk about this base mesh, but it's got issues. Probably could be easier if I started from another. I have my own, which I've made. I think the reason I used this one was because everybody's got it. But they have some new ones in there that are even better. I don't even know why. So. Thank you, Insane. Thank you. Getting work done on the Stylist League model this week. That's what I'm doing after I get out of here, my friend. I'm going to 100% be working on my Arthur from Ghouls and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts, whatever it is. Then tomorrow I'll have it. That anti-venom pushed me back, but I got it done. So now I can do other stuff. All right, so he'll probably, like if I open up, let me see, tool. Yeah, so if I open up this guy, what I'm going to be, oh, come on, man. So I'm probably going to be using a base like this one. In fact, let's just steal this one. How about that? Copy and paste. I know how I do. Hit it, copy. This one. Dude, what the heck? Though it won't be this exact thing because this looks silly, but. So his. Let's take this one. Here. Gonna be something like this. I don't know. I'm kind of just figuring out as I go. But he'll be attached to something that is kind of weighted that allows him to kind of hover in the air. Maybe it'll just be his foot. Maybe the foot, the leg. I'll figure it out. But yeah, so this is going to be the upper body, and something like this. And he'll have his fingers pew pew shooting the like laser beams out at somebody. Pose is not 100% yet, but we got some stuff done. How do you handle with long, loose dresses? Do you use any cloth sim or just sculpting? So, I've done like a dress for my June from Gachamon, and I've done both, right? So I use Marvelous to do the simulation, like back in the day. But I found that I sculpted on top of that anyway. So I like to sculpt the details personally. Brad Grotman I can't believe he didn't sculpt the character from Burger Time. Brad Grotman did a whole movie from Burger Time, you guys. Brad is my buddy. So Brad is the guy that I talk about every week that I'm in here. He's the posing Yoda. So I'm surprised he didn't tell me to push the pose a little more. I'll get that after the fact. He doesn't want to make me look bad in front of people. Gabriel, don't make yours better than mine, please. I always like the one where his head is covered, so I might do that instead of having his hair out. Kind of like the old school John Byrne version of his thing. I don't know why this. Does anybody else get this sometimes? Does that? Do a little sculpting on his face. Marsden time. Coverhead, yes. Good. Thank you, John. Lim Summers. piece of geometry. What is it, the top of the lip? See, man, I don't know why you did this like this. Top of the lip. Alright. So making your own base mesh is kind of like building your own lightsaber. Like the first time it's kind of a pain in the ass, but once you have it, you're always better for it. So just make your own, you guys. Yeah. Exactly, you don't have any surprises, you know exactly what's going on. I think I probably want him screaming. I think I've seen him screaming somewhere and I liked it, so. Got about 7 minutes left. If anybody has any questions, I can answer. Now's the time. What are you going to ask me tomorrow? Yeah, this particular base mesh has teeth built into it, and I'm just going to delete all that anyway and just make an empty mouth bag. You don't have to do that. Tongue, tonsils built in. I don't need any of that. More teeth built in. This whole thing and make a plain Jane mouth bag here that I can put stuff in myself. Polish by features, big time. Yeah, look at that. When you smooth it out, it just turns into a big old mess. Looks like a job for Sculptors Pro. Okay. Oh no, I have subdivision levels. Hang on it. All right. Actually, I want to undo that. I want to grow. Delete higher. Higher. Now, there we go. Delete higher. And now. split away from the face anyway. All right. All right, yeah. I didn't have the whole thing. Oh, I don't know what the hell this is. All right, guys, so this lets me know that it's time to wrap this up because now I'm starting to get angry. Got other stuff to do, quite frankly. George is getting upset. Is that connected? I think it's not connected. Auto groups. Yeah, no, it's not. Look at that. Built-in teeth. Who's looking for built-in teeth? Lead hidden. Close holes. There you go. Now watch this. Watch how easy this is. Grab it. Mouth bag done. Look at that. A little bigger. Done. All that other stuff, some old bull stuff. All right, guys. So that is probably where I'm gonna call it for today. I'll keep on messing with this for next time. And thank you for joining me. Let's see what I miss. Have you tried Critter before? I own Critter. I haven't really used it that much. I'll be honest with you. Fire, ZBrush like war. Nice. Thank you. I don't know if that's good or not. Looks like a hot mess. Thank you, ML. Yeah, that's my producer for tomorrow night. We'll tighten this up tomorrow, talking all that mess. I've not done Mr. Sinister, no. But I do like the character. Maybe I will do him. Just tuning in and being like, you know, thinking, what in the hell is going on here? This is going to eventually look good. I promise you. When I'm done, it's gonna look like this guy. This guy. Except less hairy. And less like Lionel, but kind of like this guy. Yeah, so this level of detail. All right. Anyway, that is it for me today, you guys. Thank you for joining me, and please, if you haven't already, check out my Gumroad. Type it in one last time. And that is my that's my process for what you see on the screen here, this anti-venom. All right, so have a great week, and I will check you next time. Join me tomorrow on youtube.com/StylistLeague. Subscribe, and you'll get to hang out with Danny and Bradley and I, and we'll work on video game stuff. All right, so take care, everybody. See ya.